And now we are recording. So for people that is not able to join us now, because I understand it is a very strange hour. It's a very strange hour here in London. Is even, I mean, here in England, and even a stranger hour from you in Bangkok. So it's difficult. I don't know. Maybe for the Americans it's easier. I have no idea. But anyway, we record everything and we will share our knowledge. I'm Andrea Aste. I'm an artist, a tarot creator. I have the pleasure of having here this night Estrella, because she created something absolutely wonderful and magical. She not only create a deck of cards, a deck of a tarot deck, but even an oracle deck, but then he gave everything a soul, because something bigger is growing, is emerging from a little bit of dream. So Estrella, present yourself, tell us something about you and why this deck, why now, and how you did it, how do you discover this amazing deck?
Um, Hi everyone. My name is Estrella Montian. I am now owning Artisan Tarot studio based in Bangkok called Bydala Divinations. Actually, my first journey for tarot creation is I published my first deck in 2021.
Is the one that, oh yes, the best
Yeah.
deck is the one that I saw at the Tarot conference, because
Yes.
we met for the
So,
first time the year you were
mm,
presenting the deck, if I remember right. Or that year or the year
yeah,
before. But yes, we met in London at the Tarot conference.
we met in London where I just released the deck in, I think that was in May that year, and UK Tarot Conference is in
October.
October every
Yeah.
year. So I uh after I released the deck and sold about 200 deck in 2 months with my Thai fans. So thank you, my Thai fans. Everyone's were very supportive, and it was distributed to a bookstore here, Kinokuniya Asia Book. And then I kind of like, oh wow, my first deck, it was so overwhelming with, a lot of support. And so I took the first, leap of faith. Just okay, UK Tarot Conference. I just wanna see what's it like, so that how I get connected to the real world of tarot. And I went there by myself. I was the only Asian there. Do
I
you
guess
remember?
I'm quite sure of yes, because I think
Yes.
sometimes there were some uh, tarot creator from Asian heritage, but they are Americans, born Americans, they
Mm,
speak American. So maybe the grandfather
mm,
and grandmother was coming from Asia, China, or I mean Asia, Southeast Asia, but they now are Americans. I mean, they share the culture, just
right.
heritage. But yes, I think so. But it's interesting. I think,
Yeah.
I mean, I want to stop here a moment, because you said something that is already open a lot of windows, because tarot is, maybe everyone knows, I mean, it's something that born between Middle Age and Renaissance in North Italy. So and then spread all around Europe. The journey of the tarot deck is very strange, because it started as a playing deck, so his ancestors are playing cards. So it's a very strange movement, because playing cards made with paper, starting in China, and then go through India, and from India to the Arabic world, Persia, the Ottomans, the Egypt, and then from Egypt, they come to, thanks to Venice and the commercial routes, they comes to Europe. And then in Europe, they change shape, and they become, from playing cards, they become different. It was Europe, make European. I mean, they was sucking the culture of the time, and then it became tarot. And then tarot, from a card game, playing cards, it become a tool
Mhm.
of divination. And now tarot are more openly talk about. They are not a taboo anymore, and they are spreading all over the world. And it's interesting, and they are coming back to
Back,
Asia,
yes,
and
to
is existing.
Asia.
Exactly. And this is very fantastic because it's very beautiful because, I mean, we are seeing the world always divided in different culture, different languages, different countries, but at the end, we are all of us are human beings. And the fact that culture can be shared, ideas can be shared, is really important, it's pivotal for our growth and everything. And I think this deck is very special for me, at least, that when from the first moment you told me about this deck and from the moment you show it to me,
The deck that we talk about is the QUEN Tarot, yeah.
yes, QUEN
QUEN
Tarot, of
Tarot
course. Yes, yes, I jumped to QUEN
and
Tarot. Yes,
Oracle. Yes.
yes, thank you so much for the presentation. Yes, yes, I was so straight because this deck is so peculiar, so special for me because it's like a bridge between East and West. Because you, if I may so, you bridge the two world because you take concepts they are from the classical tarot, but then you have a lot of concepts that are coming from the Buddhist world, they're coming from Asia background, and you shape new cards, new ideas, different things. If I lost track of how many different fools, if I remember right, you have in
Mm-hmm.
the deck. I remember there
Yeah.
are five, something like that. How many fools you have created?
Five.
Five, yes.
Yeah. So let's go back to like how we got into the Quentaro for a moment. So
Yeah.
everybody do not misunderstand that it was created by me. No, it was created by Ethan or uh Doi Can Vo, my Vietnamese artist who I discovered last year in Bangkok. It was like, after my first deck that I created and got very well received, went to UK Tarot Conference, saw my deck like sold out the first day. Then I come back home and I decided I need to give this a go. So I quit my job and like take out all my money and start my tarot studio. And you know this is the moment, like when the universe asks you like how much you serious about this, and then it's like I'm very serious, and I think I demonstrated. And then a few months later I met Ethan, or our artist here, and in a small cafe in Bangkok in his tarot tour. Uh-huh. And so he kind of advertised like, oh, I'm a Vietnamese artist. I came to Bangkok. I want, if anyone want to chat with me about my art, then come along. So I went because I saw in the post on the Facebook that was really beautiful, that all the artwork, and I was intrigued by it at first sight. So I went to see like what this all about. Hopefully I can buy his deck, right? So because he come for tarot tour, he must be like selling his deck and so on, right? So I met him, and then he start his presentation. And in this 7 year he draw like 7 decks, and which is amazing. You and an artist know like how hard to like finish complete 78 cards for one deck, but this like 7 deck already. So um then so I asked him to like, oh, if I can buy his deck, the deck that he showed at the presentation. Then he tell me like he had no deck to sell.
Well,
I was like, how can you like come to tarot tour that have nothing to sell? And he was like, oh well, in each deck that he draw, it was like he only make 10 deck or 20 handmade. and sell it to his friend or give it to family member.
Yes,
Tarot for him is for his own personal healing. Oh
yeah,
my
I like
God.
this approach.
I was just crying because it was something so touch and beautiful, and a lot of hard work on your personal journey, and it very personal, and but it's strikingly beautiful. And so
Well,
I
the deck was waiting for you to be discovered and to be
yeah.
nurtured.
So I was like, at that time I was like, your deck is so beautiful, you need to spread the love to the world. And that's how we end the conversation that day. That then he went to Singapore, went back to Vietnam, and thought about what I said, like that uh his deck is just so wonderful. He need to spread its love to the world. And he called me, saying like he want to do this deck with me. We're doing it together. Uh-huh. So that how it start. That how Gwen start. And before that, he was approached by many people that want to publish his deck. Mhm. And he didn't want it. Uh-huh. But I think somehow I give him the confidence that I really love his deck, his artwork, and so on. And my Gatsby deck is very beautiful, as you saw. Like, the quality and everything. I put a lot of effort and super high quality productions like nobody else had done before in this country.
Yep, even because
And
I mean, by Bydala divination is something very special because it's not only you only focus on the quality of the paper, the printings, the art, the concept. I mean, is like a Bugatti or Ferrari of tarot, but your vision
yeah,
for doing and creating tarot is fantastic because you share. I mean, when we met, you told me how you wanted to create the business, what the pillars of your business, the way you want
mm,
to share, the way you want to connect art and the artist. I think it's fantastic because there are very few publishers that are so open and so focused on creating art and the value of the art that you are giving to people, transforming it in deck of cards, like the exhibition of the. I mean, it's fantastic. Can you tell us something about the vision of Vaidala?
well, it's first of all, I come from museum background. Yeah, before owning this tarot studio, uh I was a museum planner for 15 years. So I've been working a lot with artists, curator, and everything beyond in the museum, putting together exhibition, and I've seen quite a lot of uh, something nice and not nice in the industry, how they treated an artist, and with but then when I start my own, mhm, I want to do it first of all in a super high quality collectible, because I myself is a tarot collector. In my house, I have about 500 deck.
Wow, the
Yes, and
museum, it's beautiful.
is yeah, in 2 years time, I'm gonna open a museum of Thai tarot, which I have
Oh,
about, yeah. So that's, I come from the background first, and in the museum background. Secondly, I am a collector myself, so I love beautiful decks. I know, like, which one, it's collectible, and how to make things beautiful and more, precious and to collect. So I come from that angle more than the thinking about thinking about money, to be honest. And I want to do everything in absolutely uh super production. So I spend a lot money developing prototype till I get it right. Uh-huh.
Well,
So that
but I mean, we see it. I mean, thanks for the preview deck is
mm,
absolutely fantastic. I mean, the quality is really great from in every single detail. I mean, there is nothing you can say badly about this deck. And this is important because I know how difficult it is to create something that is so beautiful because the printing process is tricky. A lot of things can go wrong, from the colors not reproducing in the way you want. And the deck
mhm.
is beautiful. Even the texture of the drawing is there is beautiful. And I mean, it's a very well done deck, and it's very well done in every single detail. It's something that struck me that is elegant, is very well built, and he has a soul. It's something that you see, that you feel it, and I love it from the first moment I saw it. I think this is important in a moment when we are inundated by not that much quality to create
Not so
something that
nice.
no, exactly, exactly.
Yeah, everybody is one who make a lot of money faster and put out the deck and print it the cheaper way possible. I
Yep,
mean, different kind of model, right?
yep.
And
But you
different
know,
kind of audience and so on. And it's great that people have choice to for their own budget and for their need and variety. And but at our studio by Bydala Divinations, I want to make like I said, the superb quality of text, beautiful inside out. And I told you before, in a museum world, we honors artists, and this is also the something I bring to create our studio as well, because as you notice, there are these new deck that they produce it without telling who illustrated.
oh yeah, I know, I know very well. The market is quite tough and is not even honest. I saw people stealing picture from here and there and then creating a deck and selling it in
Uh,
plain infringement of copyright law and everything, and
yeah,
no one stopped
and
them. It's
and
happening.
even like the publishing company, they commission someone to do the artwork, but they never mention
No,
it
because
in
for them it's
their.
just business, as you said before. There is two way of doing business, just money oriented. And so the
Mhm.
artists in many publishers want to pay the least possible, least money possible. They want to have the work the sooner the better, and they want to spend the least possible for printing and distributing the deck. And then there are people that with a vision, they want to create something beautiful, something that lasts, something that says something important to the people that then they use that product, and they want it to be beautiful. And I think this is the future. This is I don't want to say the only way of working, but people I think it started to be very, very diffident of big production when there is no quality and no soul. Because at the end, I mean, who want to have a deck that after 3 times you shuffle is completely destroyed because the paper was not good?
It's not just only the paper and the artist, but also everything around it. It's like attention to details, or the graphic work you've seen with the QUEN Oracle. I it, I'm very lucky that I you see here.
Yeah, no, it's Absolutely
It,
wonderful.
absolutely wonderful, and it designed by one of my favorite tarot artists. Yeah, who illustrate Vanessa Tarot. His name is Lin. Yeah. So Lin create this for US
Beautiful.
game.
Yeah.
Yeah, when he was at his university, and this deck has been my favorite. And for Gwen collection, I am very honored to be able to work with him. That he had done graphic for us, design the box and also the guidebook. Have you seen it?
Oh wow. Yep. Oh wow.
Oh,
It's I think it's the first time that I saw it print.
I
I'm seeing
I
printed.
know
I said, wow, it's complete. Oh wow, it's beautiful.
it's beautiful, and it's matched with what what Gwen collection is, because the specialties of this tarot is not just about another tarot deck, but from the museum point of view, from the curator point of view, I think it's so special uh, because the structure of the deck, the framework of the deck, the storytelling of the deck. I think my dear artist Ethan is genius about creating this mesmerized story, which is based on true story and also like fictional. Mix it together and become a framework for the tarot deck that had Rider-Waite-Smith influence, but also like it's a whole new story. It's a journey. Every deck he draw is a journey of something, of a new story, and that's so genius about it. And with Gwen has a double meanings to forget and meaning to be familiar as well. It's contradictory
Mhm.
meaning, and if you it's based on the story um, of we who lost her lover in a car accident, and it's painful for her. She tried to forget about him to move on, and but at the same time, it's become so familiar things. And so the deck is if you read the story, there's a place in the card. And that's this character travel in the card. These are memories of the main character that visits places in and with her lover and so on. So the book itself is kind of like a half novel. hmm And we haven't like seen tarot deck like that.
Now, I
I
like that
don't.
is a diary of this person, but as soon as you start reading it and using the deck, the journey of this woman, of the fictional character, then becomes your own journey in healing, in the process of self-discovery and everything. And I think the double soul of the deck is fantastic, the fictional one and the real aspect of magic and healing of intrigue, I mean, that is there in the deck. I like that aspect. Is something that it drive me into the deck after I've seen for the first time and I started to read about it. Is quite interesting. It's a bold move too, because people don't
Yeah.
always is I mean it's different. It's bold because it's different, but I like it because tarot were defined many times as storytelling
Mm.
machines, because we use tarot to tell story, the story that can predict the future, story that can or help us to understand better ourselves. We can use tarot for creating theater show, for creating stories. I mean, you can use tarot in many different ways, from creative, from healing, for divination is fantastic. So why not incorporate all these aspects, the different elements in a deck with a story inside? That is the story of the main character that has to overcome these difficulties, this sorrow. And I think it's interesting. I think it's amazing.
It's just so amazing. And also the landscape of the city. Each city has a landmark and landscape. In the guidebook, each element of the main important landscape has its meaning as well. So it's double meaning that you can read from traditional classic way of reading, and also a plus of the elements of the city
Yeah.
in the background. I think it's just wonderful, and I never seen something like it, and that's why it's so drawn. I didn't know, to be honest with you, I didn't know that he submit this deck to the award. I didn't know. That day, when I sat down and I saw it, and I just, and I really like that one, and you should publish that one. He kept like quiet, and then when he called me and said, "Oh, let's do it together," and I said, "I want Quen Tarot," and he said, "Okay." He never said a thing that he had, like a few months ago he had submitted this deck to Kata Award, like International Tarot Foundation in UK, which they founded in 2015. So every year they run an award. And there's many artists that around the world that submitted, and so we signed a contract based on not knowing, based on like my own intuition, that I just love this deck. I think it's amazing, right? So it's like 15 years museum experience like taught me something, right? So we just signed the contract, and I start producing a sample, and a week later he told me like, "Oh, the deck that you bought is in the finalist, top 10 finalist of best tarot deck of the year." And I was like, "What?" It's like, I don't even know what was this all about. The Kata Award, and everything. And basically I had to learn that like Kata Award is like one of the big award, and he was the only Asian artist that had gone to the finalists. And this year was very strong competition, very competitive, because there were like a big name Robert Empress, and many other people that submits to this, and he was the only Asian that went to the finalists. And then a month later, and even more surprised, like he called me, and he was in Bangkok at that time, and he called me and say, "We won the award." I was, oh my God, like we not only one but three awards, like best self-publishing deck, because he did a handmade version, like a video in Kickstarter, if one
Yeah.
of you have seen it. So that three deck like submit to to judge in England, and that's self-published, and also they have Kata Award has had a popular award and judge award. So he has first runner-up for the judge award and popular award for self-published deck, and the title of best tarot deck of the year, which is the biggest award, go to the
Wow.
one who has the most point of judge and public vote. So he won that title as well. So it's amazing. And I couldn't find a word to explain the excitement that we had, and we put so much love into this, and it just won an award. And the final deck that we producing it haven't even come out, and so it gave me such a big encouragement
Yeah.
to go on this path. It's like a confirmation from the divine that I'm on the right path. I picked the right artist. This is this is for me to do it. And I did absolutely everything to make this deck not only just beautiful as it look, but it's have the beautiful energy from the starting point, how we like treat each other, like we sign the contract in the way that we both happy. He's happy, I'm happy, and we look at it together. And this is, because for me it's important
Mm.
to treat the artist right. Because I've seen like tarot studio, they don't mention the name, they pay them very low, they get all the artwork for themselves, and things like that. I specifically, like, I buy only for tarot. If I want something extra, I'll give him money more. you know it's
Yeah.
need to start with something with intricate, transparent, honor, and to I want to start this new culture for tarot studio. I don't know if it's new culture, but for me this is so important that um that people that I work with are happy, are treated right, and so it starts with a good energy to make a healing tool, because we believe that tarot is a vessel for healing. So as a creator, we accumulate energy with art and so on. This had to be clear, purify, and honest as possible. So that you feel the soul uh in the deck is not just because it's beautiful, but it's created with intricity, with love and passion and honesty. So I want my studio to be like that. Uh-huh.
I love it. I don't know what to say because I mean, I'm overwhelmed. It's absolutely fantastic. I love the fact that you believe in the deck before it was our win deck. It speaks volumes because it means that you love something, you take care of something because you believe in the deck before
I
everyone else.
so
And
believe
it's
in it.
amazing. And then it's beautiful that a deck with a soul found a company with a soul to create
Mhm.
something that is completely unique because it's difficult. I mean, it's difficult to find the right partner to create beautiful project in the art world. That is a music, a CD,
Mhm.
a show, whatever, a book or a tarot deck. It's very difficult because money always gone in between in the bad way. The marketing aspect of the business, the cold aspect of the business always prevail And it's not right, it's not good, it's not interesting. Having a company that put ethics before everything else, respect for what you're doing, the artist and the product that is done, is even more important. Is I think you started a company in a splendiferous way. You cannot start in have it starting in a better way because you put value in front of everything else. And I love that you said that you left your job, so you jumped into the abyss with a dream. And no, because I mean, it's difficult. You know how, I mean, you are starting a boss, you are
Yeah.
starting a company. You don't know if you manage, if you do it, how long it will last. I mean, it's a
Mm,
risk as everything. But I mean, I see a brilliant future. I mean, it's possible, it's there. Because when you have a soul like that, when you have values so clear and you know exactly how you want to do, what you want to do, and how you want to distribute your art, your product. I mean, it's
mm.
fantastic. And I really
So
wish you
I
the best in the world because you deserve it.
so so that's the value of how I see how I want to form my studio, artistically wise, and also ethic wise. And when he first wrote a guidebook, it was in Vietnamese. Uh-huh. So he's translated it in English and he sent it to me. And this day, you can put this put the translation into the machine, like AI program and so on, so that they can correct it, rewrite it in a way that you know uh correctly, and very economics, because I don't have to pay for translator, right? But this a thing, I'm very very neat in detail. He wrote a guidebook in a way. It's a lot of his voice, it's a lot of his with his soul, his insecurity, his vulnerability, and everything is so emotional, and it will get lost if it been rewritten by AI or by
Yeah.
Google, transformation. So I hire a professional editor.
I knew it. I
And
suspected. When I said
yeah,
AI, you were using, I don't see you doing something like that. I said, this is strange.
yeah. So I hire a professional editor who been editor for the Nation newspaper for 20 years to hand picked it, fix the grammar one by one, so that the artistic voice is preserved.
It's amazing. I love it. It's
And
absolutely
it just
fantastic.
that detail that I willing to go beyond. I mean, like, nobody knows, right? If I, like, use AI, use Google Translate, nobody knows. It just, but I do know, I want this to be in a pure artistic form as possible, because the deck that he gave me is just not an art, but his soul. It is a part of his, it's part of his life, and it's that's something beyond. Is so beautiful, and I want to do it, keep it more original as it can be, and present the world with this. Not that I come in and make uh, mass production and not paying, or no, we're not we're not a studio like that. We want to be studio that focus on artists and artist work, artist voice, and bringing it to the world
Yep, and
as
I like the
in the
way that
most beautiful form as possible.
yep, and I liked even the way you decided how to present it to the world, because you are running right now a Kickstarter campaign to fund the money
Mm-hmm.
to print everything, doing everything. And I think it's very interesting because in this way you open the door of the studio, even of a dialogue, because usually on Kickstarter, you don't go on Kickstarter for selling a deck, you go on Kickstarter to find a community, to build a
Mm-hmm.
community and to build awareness. And to create together, because sometimes you can change aspect of a deck after talking with your publisher, with your public, or you can interact on in the way of using the deck, in the way of, I mean, it's absolutely fantastic too. I think that the way you selected, I mean, going on Kickstarter is really beautiful. It's very important. By the way, if I remember right, it is the last 11 days, something like that, on Kickstarter. So if
Yeah,
someone is watching
so
us and want to have this beautiful deck, I think it's now or never. So just 11 days. So go on Kickstarter. We will put the link in the video and everything. Go there, discover the deck. Because, I mean, we can show the cards here, but it will never be the same. I see beautiful, sharp pictures. And the page of your Kickstarter campaign is very well done. It's very clear. It's very beautiful. People can see immediately the value of this deck. And I love it, of these decks, because we're talking about QUEN Tarot, but there is always QUEN Oracle too. And I think it would be beautiful to work together, because the style is the same, the soul is the same of the two decks. And I think using them together would be incredibly beautiful. It would be inspiring.
yeah, we are about to, I run a sample of QUEN Oracle, which I give it to you. So
Yep. Yep.
that's it's absolutely beautiful. And we also create the plot. Mhm.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
beautiful. From the back of the card of QUEN Tarot. So this will be who back for the box set will get this as well. But I am very I am quite obsessed with quality. First time I run the sample, it was like this, and I don't like it.
That
So
is
I
beautiful,
changed.
but it's not beautiful enough.
It's not beautiful enough, so I changed it to the silk material. It everything is so expensive in a way, but I hope when you get the deck, get it and you love it, and you appreciate it, you understand what we trying to present to the world, that we are about quality. We're bringing you the essence, and the top talent from Asian country, and try to do everything in very artistic way. And this is Lynn decided this for us, the bookmark. So for me, I'm very proud
You
of
have to. I mean, it's fantastic what you have created. Even because I
uh,
know how difficult is the process of opening a business. It's not that you go and open a business, everything is done. There are papers to do, a lot of bureaucracy, and sometimes it's not easy. And then there is the managing the business, there is the
uh-huh.
managing the printing
and
process, the distribution. I mean, it's not something easy.
and for Kickstarter, you have to be in the country list to be able to register.
Yeah, yeah, I know.
Sadly, Thailand or Vietnam are not on their list. For me to have my project on Kickstarter, I have to go to Singapore and found a company there.
But this
be
is an
able.
this is love. This is what is called believing in a project. Because I think what I mean, many people that I know will say, "Oh, okay, I cannot do a Kickstarter campaign. I would like to do it, but too many things to do, too many difficulties. I give up." And I love the fact that you never give up. Then you created yourself, you invented yourself again. You say, oh, okay, I need a company in Singapore. I will do it. And I create it and I go on Kickstarter because no one will stop me. I love that. It's absolutely fun. No, I mean, wow. It's
And I know about you, right? I know about you running a Kickstarter campaign very successful, and I talk to people in UK Tarot conference. I was like, oh, ask Andrea. He's like so, you know, he's very professional on this, and a part of our journey has been shaped by you. You've been helping us, guiding us a lot.
well, oh, thank
Uh,
you. I mean, it was a pleasure to be a consultant for your Kickstarter campaign. I mean, I decided to go on Kickstarter for the same reason you are doing it, and I really wanted to. I mean, I learned doing many Kickstarter campaigns for me, for my friends, for other people. So it is a pleasure to help you to create something to achieve your goals, because I mean, something beautiful is already there, but achieve the goal now. I mean, the goal of the Kickstarter campaign is it was reached after how many? 2 days, 3 days? It was absolutely fantastic. So it's a great success. It's very beautiful. And I think this is just the first step for achieving higher goals. And I think higher goals, I think all your dreams can be realized in this way. And I'm really, really proud to be part of this journey, to have
yeah,
seen
because
Bydala
I
coming alive.
remember. Yeah, because I remember when I start chatting to you about this is what I do, what I want to do, and how I want to bring it across, and you were like, oh wow, and like it's really nice, and you really supportive for you know so something small like this to be blossoming,
It's
because
small
we
now.
need
It's small
more.
now. Believe me, there is the possibility to grow so well. And I wish you the best. You have to pay attention because soon your telephone call, I mean, your telephone will be melting, will melt because the telephone, the numbers of the telephone call you will receive with people that want to work with you. So pay attention of what you wish for, because soon you will be inundated by a request from artists to have this deck, I want to create a deck with you. So
Right. I'll be happy. And actually, this is not about it. This is not me, working with the artist, but what our studio uh want to do is to create a community, right? And to not only bringing the talent into the world of tarot enthusiasts through Kickstarter, but also nurturing our local community. So on Wednesday, this coming Wednesday, I'm flying to Hanoi.
oh,
Because uh, we host a Cartomacy exhibition challenge. Uh-huh.
oh yes, you told me
Which
about it.
is, yeah, so I'm a president of this competition. Basically, what we do is we had an open call earlier this year for Vietnamese tarot artists to submit their deck. Mhm. Into our competition, and the finalists of the six will be shown in the exhibition in Hanoi. So actually, there are like seven finalists this year,
Wow.
and the judge come from like me and Rowan. Rowan is from Singapore. He's a chairman of Tarot Association in Singapore. He's the one that did the same tarot, and the owner of Museum of Tarot in Vietnam,
Wow.
Phil, and my artist friends. He's also the master of tarot. So four of us are the judge. And at the event, which will be on Sunday, the founder of Tokyo Tarot Museum will be there as
Oh,
well.
wow. What a what
So
absolutely beautiful. It would be a lot of fun.
yeah, so I've seen the finalists because we have to mark all those deck, like the entry, and oh my God, they're so talented, very beautiful, and everything's like there's so much like potential in the region. So
Yeah,
so I
great.
sponsor the exhibition, and also those who win the challenge uh will come to Bangkok in May for Gypsy Fair, the big fair that we have. They can work with us at Bydala Divination. If they have their own deck, they can sell it in our booth. But I just sponsor them
Wow.
to come to Bangkok with plane ticket and accommodation. So that's what we do for tarot community in the not just only just creating decks, but we we plant a seed, we nurturing, we find new talent, we support them, and yeah, that's how I want my studio to be.
It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. I'm looking
Mhm.
forward to have another chat with you in, I don't know, 5 years and say, do you remember when I started? And look now where I am.
Yeah.
Oh, it would be absolutely, no, it's great. I mean,
Yeah.
it's what I think the community needs something like that. Needed, really,
Mhm.
really needed. Because now the community is fragmented. There are very few publishers that are working very well, like you supporting on everything. So it's great. I think that this is what we need now. I mean, it's absolutely beautiful. What you're doing is fantastic. And I hope to see you next year in London for the next Tarot
Yeah.
conference, and maybe see even at
Mhm.
the Tabi Tarot conference, that is the
Mhm.
Tarot
I want to
Association of
go
the
to
British Isles.
Tabi. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Well, I try. I mean, I will drag you there. I will bring you there. So you will see the north of the country that is very beautiful too. It's very inspiring. It's different from London. It's different. The mood is
Yeah.
different. The people is. It's like to living in another country. Believe me. After 9 years of my studio in London and living in London, I
Mhm.
discovered how rich is the north of the country and how beautiful it is, how rich culturally, tradition, spiritually is really, really interesting. I think you will like it too.
Mhm. And I hope one day that you can come to Bangkok. You have a lot of fan here,
Oh wow!
and
I would like to
yeah,
meet all of them. Yeah, no, it's a dream of mine.
whenever I bring your stuff home, it's always like sold out in a day.
Oh wow! Wow, this is
Yeah, even though
beautiful.
like they're like, oh, and they even like have a on the waiting list, and I say I go to London next time. We
Oh
bring your stuff back.
wow! Well, it's flattering.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, because the fascination I have for Asia is very deep and is philosophical, cultural, and I never was able to go to Asia, so I would like to. It's one of my dreams. Above all, to Thailand. I have many friends that are from Thailand, on half European and half Thailand. I have Thai,
Mm.
and they told me beautiful things about one place that I would like to see, Chiang Mai. Everyone told me
Uh-huh.
about the beauty of
Oh,
the
Chiang
sea.
Mai, Quen Tarot has Chiang Mai as well
Oh
at the
wow!
Phu. The Phu
Oh
in
yeah,
Chiang
yeah.
Mai.
No,
You
it's beautiful. This
remember?
friend of mine that is half Thai and half Dutch. One
Mm-hmm.
day he went to special temple that is there out on the outskirts of Chiang Mai, and sent me a lot of pictures. I said, this is the frescoes. I was mentioning to you, and it's a recorded video and everything. I said, oh God, I have to go there one day and see everything.
Yes, we'll be happy to have you here.
I would be happy
And
to come
yeah,
there.
and
Absolutely.
it will be like amazing to, I think, when you come here, you will be very inspired and create another decks that based on Asians or Buddhism beliefs.
Yeah. Yeah, you know that there is the risk that I will never come back to Europe again. I
Exactly.
try to say that because I mean, I
Uh,
already live in so many cities, in so many countries. I always have this fascination for everything that is different from me. So every time when I
mm,
was living in my country, Italy, every time I could live outside and work outside, I did it. So I live in Paris, in Berlin, in London, now in different parts of England. I mean, in the States too. I live in the South America too. I mean, yeah,
mm,
I love traveling. I
wow.
think I cannot stay in the same
You
place.
will end up in Chiang Mai.
Oh yes, I have to come. Absolutely, I have to come. No,
Yes.
it's beautiful. I'm really happy to have discovered this deck. I'm really happy that the Kickstarter campaign is very successful, and I'm very happy that you create a business with such a big and beautiful soul. And it's
Thank
fantastic.
you.
I'm really curious to see the next project. I'm really curious to see the next deck or
Mm,
the next event, because you are
mm.
so involved and so full of energy that is contagious, is beautiful.
We have 4 deck lined up for the next year
Oh,
already.
wow. Wow.
Uh, already, and
Incredible.
now I producing a sample, and so one of the next one will be my brother
Oh,
illustration.
wow.
So
Oh,
I'm working
beautiful.
on it. It's called London Calling Cards, and my brother is an author and illustrator. So he studied in London, St. Martin,
Oh, yeah.
and he lives in London for 6 years total. He wrote 2 books about London.
He loved the
Uh-huh.
city, I see.
Yeah, and London Scene and London Museum. So So I bought the copyright of his artwork. Uh, and he gave me a good deal. It's a family business. So
Yes, I hope so.
uh I bought a copyright of his artwork to make a tarot deck. So I'm working on the guidebook now, which this deck will be using as a Oracle deck, as well as the tool for ideation for design thinking, and to help get rid of the creative block uh-huh,
Yeah,
for
I
people.
mean,
Yeah,
wow. This is a
yeah.
surprise
So
because I didn't know it. It's fantastic. I mean, you never stop, you never rest. I love the idea. You have not finished yet the first Kickstarter campaign and you're already
uh,
starting, I mean,
I'm
producing the
ready to
sample for the
go for
new
the
decks.
next one.
Yes, this
Yes.
is absolutely amazing. This is talking. I love it.
Because when you do it professionally, you know, you throw everything in it,
Yes,
and you just to
exactly. It's
work
perfect.
like,
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
day in, day out until it is done that you cannot do it anymore. So I'm kind of, I came to this spiritual path just after COVID, just
Yeah.
COVID time. I learned tarot deck. It's not like 10 years ago. It's in 2020, I learned how to read tarot. 21st, I released my first deck, and a year later, I established tarot company. So that's, like
It's a
my
passion. It's
heart.
a real passion. It's a calling, and I love
Yeah.
that. Is I think everyone will see this video, will see it, will feel it, and I love that. No, thank you so
So
much for
yeah,
sharing your journey,
yeah.
because it's really fascinating. It's really inspiring. I think
Mhm.
people will love it and will love what you're doing. So great.
Yeah, thank you so much for being a part of us, and thank you everyone who backed our deck. And now you learn more about who we are and what we are about and why we're so expensive. Not so expensive, but you know, we
Well,
bring a different flavor to tarot world, and I hope that we are support by you guys uh, now and the future. Mhm.
no,
For
thank you
this
so much for being
vision
here.
to like spread around and more inspire more tarot studio to bring the best quality they can. Mhm.
Thank you so much. It was really a pleasure to finally hear all the story from the beginning, and all the journey is absolutely fantastic. And I wish you the best. So thank everyone that is
Thanks everyone
watching, and
who
thank you everyone that, I mean, even because now it's quite later, so wow, thank you for being here, and thank you for everyone. We will see the recording of this video. So, and again, please have a look at the Kickstarter campaign, because it's the last days. So don't miss the opportunity to be part of this piece of history, because it's history. You're creating something that is
oh yes,
fantastic.
this is a piece of history for sure. Like I'm so proud.
You
Uh-huh.
have to, you
Thank
have
you.
to.
Yes.
A
Mhm.
great talk from the night here in Durham, and see you soon.
See you. Bye bye.
Bye to
Thank
everyone.
you.